Hey yo, what is up, knights? Just Rick here, back with a new series on the channel. Guys, you already see the title of it, DFO Blitz. Now, if you guys know my old DFO Rush series, where I basically went through all of my characters to the level cap of level 86 at the time, this series will be much the same, except, of course, the level cap now has been increased to 90. It's been like that for a little while now. It's been maybe a few many months already that we've had 90 cap, a lot of other updates, and I've finally gotten around to making this video series. And I just want to give a little preface before we start into my first main character, the Elven Knight. We are in the Pandemonium Outpost, which, you know, we'll be showing off the various regions of Zelva and Pandemonium Outpost and even Central Park afterwards. We'll show off all the dungeons that we can, but I want to tell you guys what this series is about first and foremost, so you guys don't get it confused. And to do that, I think I'm going to tell you what this series is not. I think in the last series, the DFO Rush series, you guys kind of got the impression, at least a lot of you guys got the impression, that I was making guide videos on how to play the classes or what you should do or how they're supposed to be played. This series is absolutely, probably the opposite of that, okay? I'm showing you not how to play the class, I'm showing you how I play the class, okay? And I think that's something that I think a lot of people, when they see videos or even higher quality videos or anybody who posts on YouTube, they think that I'm posting the right answer to something. No, I'm just posting my answer to something, how I play the game, how I play the classes. At the end of the day, people are gonna judge you based on whatever the fuck they want to judge you on, but I'll tell you guys right from the bat, I'm not trying to sway you one way or another on how to play a class. In fact, I implore you to play the class at least your very first time while you're leveling up, watching this series, or making choices on what classes you want to play. Play it in your own way first before you go trying to optimize and however the elitists will tell you how to play the class, okay? Because I think you're missing out on a key portion of playing a game if you're already worried about trying to make the most optimal build, have the most optimal gear, use the most optimal skill rotations. I really, if you know me for any amount of time, I really think that is the wrong way to play a game, okay? So you're not going to see any of that in this video, guys. You're just going to see me how I play it and how I approach it, and hopefully yours is different from the way that I do it. But anyway, guys, enough trying to explain that. Hopefully we don't see those kinds of we're going to see it anyway, but hopefully we don't see too much of that in the comments coming up with all the rest of the videos, guys, and we have a lot of characters. Let me just go. My knight, of course, I'm so proud of my knight. My knight has come so far. Just look at the last DFO Rush video, look at the videos before that, the PvE videos I used to make on Elven Knight, and I am so happy with Elven Knight as we move on here, guys. Let's look at my gear really quick, and what I have now is just what I've chosen to wear, although at this point, guys, I have a whole catalog. I have a Sears catalog of gear that I can put on. Obviously, you guys see I have a Savior Glory Zambada. You guys can go check out my Twitch to see when I got that, because that was hypeness. And of course, I do also have 5 Senses, another hypeness 3-piece accessory set, the best in slot set in the game that ever existed. I still wear my Mana and Vortex. I think it's one of the most unique sets, so I still have that, but I do have a 90 epic set as well in the Metaline set. Sadly, I didn't get it before I wanted to, but I did end up finishing that set. And then you go into the Sears catalog and you finish up with, oh, Crow Ceremony 5 set. Still never ended up finishing the Tactical Leader or the Natural Guardian, but I did finish, you know, Mana Oath or, the Forbidden Contract and all that. All of these sets were already finished. Tactical, of course, you see that I have the football set. I like using the football shoes. And you were just rocking so many epics, man. It's not even funny. I had to even put away my Yang Sword and Byalum Gum. Ended up getting that. I have everything. Rosetta Stone, Pars. I have been farming so hard, guys. And enough talking, guys. Let's go ahead and go into dungeon. Before we do that, I'm going to go prepare and put on my swap stuff on, because I'm going to be showing a dungeon which I'm not going to be able to show in on any of my other characters, guys. We're going to be jumping into the Pandemonium Rift, which, as of me making this video right now, will allow you to go in 7 times. I'm not going to do nearly that many runs just because it's going to take forever, but guys, Pandemonium Rift is a really nice dungeon. I want to show that off right at the start because it's one of the only dungeons, aside from just doing normal, well, I guess there's a couple places you can do Hell Mode, of course, to get epics. But then you can also do Anton Raid right now, but then this is the last and only place that you can finally get some more epics too. So the boss at the end of the dungeon, you'll notice as you kill this guy here and you're having trouble killing him, you would think, Rick, you're so strong, you should be murdering everybody. Yeah, I think I'm pretty strong, but you kill the mini bosses before you go to the final boss. Of course, you can go to the final boss if you want. He's over there in the middle room. So you can go over there if you want, but it's not a good idea because the drop rate does increase based on how many mini bosses that you kill. So you can see I missed this guy with my combo there, but hit him with the last hit. Now you'll see most speed runs of this dungeon. You can go into this left room over here, and there's more enemies. There's no point though because there's no real benefit to killing these guys. Most people backtracking and go into the boss room after they killed those 2 mini bosses. You see we have Tariel here, who's gonna use an iframe attack here. There you go. I'm not having a very good rotation here. Okay. We're hitting with all of our big hitters right there. Bam! With the chain strike, baby. But yeah, you guys can see once we kill the boss, he does kind of act like a hell mob, a normal hell mob. He's drop fragments, and then I think, you know, I'm not really sure on the exact percentages, but I think it's somewhere like 10%, close to 10% on dropping epics. So I guess that's pretty cool. Of course, you know, you can go in here as many times as you want, and the RNG gods will determine whether or not they want to give you anything. But trust me when I say the epics do drop, and even if it's not something you can use, this is kind of the next point I kind of want to make about hell modes right now, is that if you've been playing DFO since the very, you know, 86 cap and even before that, hell modes have been very hard. It was a very arduous thing, and I was a part of that. I've been a part of that since the very start. But now with the new 90 caps, I want to say right now, like, if you have been hoarding up demon invites or whatever, now's about as good a time. It is as good a time as you're ever going to get in this game in terms of you getting epics, okay? The epics right now, he didn't die. The epics right now are just so good. 90 cap epics, basically they reduce the pool of terrible epics that you can get. The sub-equipped magic stones that you used to get in the 85 cap, yeah, they no longer drop. They're out of the pool because they're too low level. And, you know, the 90 epics are the best in slot in the game. And then you have the 85 epics, which, of course, are already... And we just one-shot that guy. This is the usual path. The 85 epics were already buffed up, and they were already pretty decent. But now, you know, we have the 90 epics in the pool as well, and the 85s are not bad. You can't say they're bad. So, you know, it's just those two things. It's just incredible for... when we're talking about the epic drop pool. Now it's just even the fragments are all going to be good fragments, and when an epic drops, it's going to add some layer of, you know, power to your roster or to your character if you can equip it, right? When before you used to get so many terrible epics, even the old 80 sets, especially the sub-equipped magic stones that were so frustrating to get. You kind of get where I'm going here. So the new 90 epic cap, it is the best time to get epics. I just want to say that if you're doing Hells, and if you're doing any of the dungeons, if you're doing Pandemonium Rift like I'm doing right now, no matter what you do, you have the best chance that you have ever had in DFO to get something good. And I think a lot of people have been finishing their sets because of that fact. Because you still get as many DIs as you used to, but now the drop pool is a lot better. So I spent a long time explaining that, but that's kind of what I wanted to get across, is that, you know, if you're close to starting on your epic journey, hey, this is about as good as you're gonna get. Of course, wait for some events if you're like really stingy with your invites or whatever. But ooh, did we stop him? Nice. If you're really stingy with your invites, and wait on the events or something like that. But even then, even without an event, it's still really good. Anyway, guys, let's talk more about this dungeon. You can see we do have 2 different mini-bosses it can be. You actually have not seen the second mini-boss it can be, but we've gotten Turiel every single time here. But there is another mini-boss it can be, and he's technically a little bit more difficult. I'm not going to be able to show off how difficult, really, because I'm kind of not letting him do attacks. And so far, you guys have seen my level 90 epics at the Metal Line set. Now, I don't actually... I mean, it's a strong set. What can I say? I haven't bothered amping it properly. It's all the pieces are cursed, because that's how I got them. They dropped that way. But only one piece ended up strength, so that's what I boosted up, and then everything else I got to use a grimoire or something to change it. So I got kind of unlucky there. But you guys see I haven't bothered doing that yet. You know, like, hey, I have a lot of room to grow on that set. The problem is, though, I don't really like that set. You know, I have the Metal Line set. It's a plate armor set. I'm an Elven Knight. I benefit. That's like one of the best sets I can get because it's plate armor, but it's not really the case. I do want to say, make a point at some point that the 90 epic sets are very boring. That's really the reason why I haven't cared too much about upgrading that set, is because I feel like that set is really lame. And I, in fact, want to say that right at the start, is that I feel like all the 90 sets are lacking in creativity. I mean, I know that sounds kind of stupid when, you know, when I'm rocking all the kinds of strong gear right now, but it's really a shame that almost all the 90 sets seem to only do one thing, and that's increase damage. Increase damage in one way or another. The set effects will always give you bonus damage, additional damage. That's not a bad thing, and it probably, well, it is 100%, without a doubt, the best in slot that you can get in the gear. It's just not very fun. It's not very fun to use. I like set effects that have a little bit more diversity to them. Board of black and white chaos. Well, I got an earring, boys. I got an epic earring right there. That's a very, that is a very sought out item right now. I already have it, sadly, but this one actually increases your physical attack by 15 and independent attack by 15% as well. Like, this is a huge piece of gear, probably the second best earring. I have yet to get the best, what I consider the best earring, but I'd say it's second best. Really good piece of gear right here. Earrings are a new equipment slot, by the way. You'll see a lot of my other characters in the rest of the series don't actually have earrings yet because you only unlock them at level 90. So we got a new equipment slot. Again, most of the stats are just to increase your damage by a massive amount like that. But yeah, you got a really good one right there. Sadly, I don't need it on this character, but yeah, as I was saying, guys, the 90 epics are kind of lame, and I think most people will agree with me when I say that. It's just a lot of the older 85 epics had a lot more going for them in terms of how they could be utilized, and that's why I love my Mana Vortex still, especially on Elven Knight. It allows me to spam my chain rush skills much more frequently, whereas on, you know, the Metal Line set I may be stronger, but I'm not dishing out or spamming skills to my heart's content, really. And, you know, I'm not that much stronger with the Metal Line anyway, just because I didn't amp 11 it like I did this MV, so. And we're going to try to one-shot again. We did not get the full combo because I didn't use the disarm combo properly. That is one of my fastest clear times so far. Holy shit. That's surprising, honestly. But did I forget to kill mini-boss? What happened there, dude? That went too quick. Anyway, we got a few more runs. We might as well go the full 7, honestly, guys. We've been taking care of this dungeon pretty quickly. You'll see other people out there. I mean, this dungeon is not easy. I'll just say that right now. When I started doing this dungeon before I had all of the sets that I do now, you know, before I had 5 Senses especially, this dungeon took a lot longer to do, and of course 5 Senses is one of the best sets in the game. Just look at it, man. You know, it gives all kinds of damage. If you smash and crit mod, gives a bunch of speed, gives additional damage based on its refine rate up to +12, so that's like 36 stackable percentage damage. It's just, the set is insane. There's no other way to put that, guys. So happy I finished it so quickly, honestly. I was like one of the first guys to finish it. And one of the pieces I got was from Pandemonium Rift, the ring I got as a drop here. So it was pretty amazing. I don't know I don't know how lucky you got to be. I think I only had, like, at the time I got it like 10% on all the fragments, so I got it very quickly. Here you see Turiel again. I kind of wish I showcased some of, like, Belial's attacks, because if I'm just one-shotting him like this, you're not going to see it, and I'm probably not going to do it on my other characters. But basically, these guys have various attack patterns that maybe I'll go over in, like, some kind of guide video or something, because, or if I can get them this time. They do some pretty interesting attacks. You're going to have to deal with it if you're not able to one-shot them like I am, so, or at least one-cycle them, I should say, not one-shot. One-shot would imply me using, like, chain finish and them dying. I don't think I'm at that point yet. I gotta, like, amp 13 or something. But, guys, I think this might be my last run I'm gonna do here. Here's my Elven Knight revamped. I'm so happy with her. Most importantly, with how she looks, honestly. I think I've finally found my perfect combination of gear that I can wear. The hair looks amazing. The shield, the Annis top. I even went with a little bit more revealing leggings. I don't mind that. The boots are amazing. My Knight looks so amazing. The only problem I have is when the new Knights get released, the Paladin in particular, when she gets released, she's not going to have any kind of costume to go off of. So I'm a little bit bummed about that. But that being said, my Elven Knight at least is just so beautiful. And before we just one-shot this dude, you can hit him at any point in time until he does his, like, iframe move. He has a little bubble there. When he does this attack, you gotta stand underneath it, and that's the only time you want to stand underneath it, because otherwise he's gonna have these lightning like ball there, or lightning how do I say, lightning laser on the ground, you know, lightning strike on the ground permanently. It does damage you over time, and in fact, if I didn't have my super armor buff, it would keep you pinned on the ground too. So during the fight though, he'll do this various AoE attacks, which do a lot of damage, and that's really the only thing you gotta do. Also, avoid standing in one spot for too long. If you stand on a cell for too long of a time, you'll insta-die. So if you stand on one cell for too long, what happens? It blinks and you just die. So if you stay there for too long, you can die. If you stand in any of the attacks, you may get frozen or burned or CC'd in some kind of way. And after this big large attack, you got to stand underneath the bubble. He also, that lightning right there that he does after the big AoE also one-shots you. Like that's what I got hit with earlier. So aside from that, guys, I think that's 4 attacks he does, and that's Belial's rotation. So try to damage him in the time frame that you're given. Like right now, it's a couple seconds there, couple seconds here, couple seconds there, and that's what you're gonna need to do if you're not able to 100-0 him. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. There's my Elven Knight. I'm so happy with where she is at this point. I mean, she's not at the maximum yet, guys. I'll tell you that much. I still need to get 1 earring. I need to finish a proper 90 set. I know Metaline is really good, but I do think there are better best in slots. I need to amp that set. I need to get the right cards for that set. I need to get the right cards for this stuff. I'm still a long ways from the top that I want to be, guys, but I'm very happy with where I am. And just looking back at this, guys, looking back at the start, I'm just surprised. I'm shocked as to how far my knight has come, and I'm so happy about it. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. This was a longer first video, but trust me, guys, the rest of the videos I'll just be showing off my characters, because just like my knight, they have all gotten much stronger too. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you knights later. Oh shit.